Welcome everybody, Shabbat Shalom. So great to see all of you here, and this is one of my very favorite services of the year, and it's great to have so many of my younger friends here, and actually almost all of you are younger, adults and kids. But it's great to have you here, and this is Ben Silver. He's our Cantorial Soloist. He'll be leading the music tonight, and it's wonderful to celebrate Shabbat together, our day of rest. So we're going to start off the service with a couple of songs, and you'll be able to see what page they're on, and you'll be able to follow along with us for most of the services. And those of you who have shakers, if you don't understand the Hebrew when we're singing, you can just shake along. That's what we do here.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's great to see the scouts here, and it means a lot to me. My son is a scout. He's an Eagle Scout, and he's actually here tonight, and so it's wonderful to have the chance to pay tribute to the scouting organization and to all of you that are scouts. So let's start off with a couple of songs. One is a song that most of you will know. It's a very important song in our Jewish tradition called Hine Matov. You'll find words, it's a short song, you'll find words on page 644. And a very brief translation, how good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters can dwell together. Please sing along. Back to me as we do another version of that song. I hope that a lot of you know this. I know kids here at Temple do, so please help me out on this one. Hine Matov Uma Naim Shevetachim Shevetachim Hine Matov Uma Naim Shevetachim Hine Matov Umanayim Shevetachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevetachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevetachim Shevetachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevetachim Shevetachim Yachad. That was very wonderful. Thank you so much. Is that good? Should we do one more song? Or?
That's good.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
This is our Rabbi Susan Abramson.
Well, now that you've all learned Hebrew fluently, we can continue the service together. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have members of our religious school come up and lead different parts of the service this evening. So you can see a little bit of what they do here and the Hebrew that they're learning. But first I'm going to ask Genevieve and Juliana Mikulinski to come on up. They're members of our religious school also, to open the doors of the Ark of the Ark curtain. Please rise in body or spirit. Please be seated. Thank you very much. And inside, does anybody know what was inside that little room there? Yes. The Torah scrolls. And the Torah scrolls is the beginning of the Jewish Bible, and that's the most holy part of our Jewish faith are those Torah scrolls, and they're actually handwritten. And a few years ago, we had a Scout Shabbat where we actually took the Torah out and unrolled it around the room. That was something. Maybe next year we'll do that again. Next year I'll say maybe the year after that we'll do it again. So now that we've opened the doors of the Ark and the Ark curtain, we're going to continue with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, which you may find on pages 120 and 121. I'd like to invite our religious school parents who are here to come on up with their kids to light the Shabbat candles for us this evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadnik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Stay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen, 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 amen.
And now that we've welcomed the holy day of the Sabbath, our Shabbat, with the lighting of a special candle signifying that we have a special light within us and between us on this holy day, we're going to continue with the singing of a song called Lecha Dodi, which welcomes the Sabbath bride, because we believe that Shabbat is like a bride that reunites with the Jewish people every Shabbat. So that song is on pages 138 and 139. Get your shakers ready.
Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Eloheinu tiferet v'li'ila. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת לקבלה. Last verse. Boi v'shalom Akeret ba'ala Gam b'simcha U'tzahola Toch emunei Am figula Boi chala Lecha dodi Lekrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi Lekrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
And that concludes the first section of our service called Kabbalat Shabbat, or the welcoming of Shabbat. And now we're going to continue with the second section, which you may find on page 146, called the Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Please rise in body or spirit. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Va'ed.
Page 148. Going to skip right through this one. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Now we continue on page 150 with a song called Ahavat Olam, thanking God for being our everlasting, giving us everlasting love.
Please sing along with me, those who know this song. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadita Otanu lemadita Akein Adonai Eloheinu bishachvenu Ukumenu nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki im chayinu V'yorech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla nege yomam v'layla V'yahavatcha al tahasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Now we continue on pages 152 and 153 with the Shema, the most important prayer in our prayer book. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקימך. וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ויצאתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children, recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. This you shall remember to observe all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Adonai Elohechem Emeth. And now we're going to continue. That was totally awesome, June. And now we're going to continue with the singing of Micha Mocha on page 158. This is a song that the Israelites sang. It's even in the Torah, in the Jewish Bible. It's right in there. It's a song the Israelites sang when they crossed the Red Sea to freedom from Pharaoh's grip. Shake along with us.
Another one for the shakers, as she said. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה איני אנו ויאמרו, זה איני אנו ויאמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Now we're going to continue on page 160 with another song called the Hashkivenu, and this is one of the most special ones because it asks God to create a shelter of peace around us and And each of us really, really needs this today, and all of us in our community really need it, and so many people around the world really need the feeling that God is creating a shelter of peace around them. So we pray for everybody.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'hamidenu Shomrin V'chayim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'hamidenu Shomrin V'chayim. Ushmor Zetenu L'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'yad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom v'hamidenu shomrin v'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom v'hamidenu shomrin v'chaim.
Together at the bottom. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Now we're going to continue with the next section of our service called the Tefillah, which means the prayer. And that's on page 164. Please rise in body or spirit.
Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Svatai Tika. Ananananana Ufiyagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tika. Ananananana Ufiyagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tika. Ananananana Ufiyagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tika. Ananananana Ufiyagi Tehilatecha. Ananananana Svatai Tika. Ananananana Ufiyagi Tehilatecha.
Page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Ha'gadol Ha'gibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Kanei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Kulam Libnei B'neihem Le'man Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Yisrael Sarah. Page 168. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayeh hakol atah ra v'choshia, mehakel ha'im b'hesed, mechayeh hakol b'rachamim rabim, somed novlim v'rafeh cholim, umatir asurim, umkayem emunatov, Ishenei Yafa, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Uvidomela, Melech Hamid, Hayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atal Chachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Machei HaKol. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. You forever mighty Adonai, you give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Please be seated.
And now we're going to continue with a song for peace, Shalom Rav, which you may find on page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarich et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We read together on the top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael v'shalom. Now we pause for a moment of silent prayer. And now we're going to continue on page 180 with another song for peace called O Say Shalom, and get your shakers ready.
O say shalom, ben romah, uya say shalom, aleinu, diakol, Yisrael, bimru, amen. O say shalom, ben romah, uya say shalom, aleinu, diakol, Yisrael, bimru, amen. O say shalom, bin romah, uya say shalom, aleinu, diakol, Yisrael, bimru, amen. O say shalom, ben romah, uya say shalom, aleinu, diakol, Yisrael, bimru, amen.
And now we're going to continue with a very special part of our service. I'd like to invite Linda McNamee to come on up. Linda has helped produce this entire evening for us for years now, and I'm so grateful for her to bring everybody to the temple, because it's so important that you all come into our synagogue and understand a little bit about what Judaism's all about and what we're all about, because this is the way to help dispel myths and to bring all of us together, no matter what faith tradition we practice. So thank you so much, Linda, and come on up.
Thank you. I think next time I need to consult with you before coming up with my remarks, because they're kind of,
I enjoy doing that.
okay.
You're not the only
Thank you, Scouts, families, and friends for joining us for this hopefully annual event. Thank you, Rabbi Abramson and the community of Temple Shalom Emeth for inviting us here this evening and welcoming us into your spiritual home. My name is Linda McNamee. I am a Girl Scout troop leader, a committee member for BSA Troop 103, and a former or retired Cub Scout leader for PAC 105. I also firmly believe in the Girl Scout motto of building girls or youth in courage, confidence, and character, who make our world a better place. Since Scouting began in 1908, our duty or service to God has been a core value. While life has changed dramatically over the last 116 years, that line in our oath has remained an integral part of Scouting. What exactly does that duty and service mean today? Each of us here has a different definition of God. In my experience, no matter what you believe spiritually or religiously, we have a common goal of making our world a better place by being the best person we can be. Scouting encourages us to live by a high moral code, which can be interpreted as our duty or service to God. Whether we believe in one God, many gods, or are still questioning our spiritual belief system, we come together this evening to share our common moral code, both as Scouts and as people. Each organization has a law to help guide us in identifying what is morally and ethically acceptable. These themes carry over into our spirituality, which is another reason why we're gathered here this evening. Tonight, we are focusing on being courageous, strong, and brave. Being brave can mean running into a burning building to save a family member or rescue a friend who might be drowning in a swimming pool. Showing courage can also mean standing up for someone being picked on at school or calling out someone for cheating on a math test. In a moment, I will invite any Scout interested in sharing a story about what it means to be brave, courageous, or strong. After sharing these stories, may we all follow their examples to do our duty to God, live by high moral standards, and make our world a better place, one act of courage at a time. After this service, we invite you into the hall to share stories, make new friends, and create tokens reminding us to be brave tomorrow and each day after that. We will be making simple worry dolls. A worry doll is a Mayan tradition that originated in Guatemala, where you tell your worries to your doll. Your doll will then take your worries, fears, and concerns away from you, giving you peace. I hope that by sharing your fears with your dolls, you will find the courage and strength to stand up for what is morally right. Thank you. Oh, I suppose I'm supposed to invite anyone. If there are any Scouts who wish to come up and share their stories of someone who has shown them courage, strength, and what was the other one? Brave. Thank you. They are welcome to come up now and share their stories. Don't everybody jump at once. Go first.
Guess I'm going first.
You're
Okay.
going first.
First, I'm going first. she's also my mom. I'm her kid. I have to go first. Someone who has shown courage in my life was my grandmother because she was, as my mom says, one tough cookie. My grandmother was 92 when she passed. Those last 10 years of her life were quite the doozy. After her husband, my grandfather, passed away in 2014, she had to move across the entire state in order to move in with my aunt, who was the only person who had room to take care of her. I can only imagine how hard it could have been to pack up and move after 60 years. To watch the house built specifically for you and your family be sold and given away. Never to see it again. It really only went downhill from there health-wise. She was in and out of hospitals, lost her ability to drive, lost her strength, and many other fundamental skills a person needs. But still, she kept chugging along. At 82, she was diagnosed with pneumonia and was basically fighting for her life, but she got through it. In 2018, she was put on hospice for the first time and given 6 months, but she surpassed those limits by 5 years. She had to undergo lots of surgery during those 10 years and was on bed rest for most of the time. And during all this, her memory was quickly fading. Then on July 21st, 2022, she made one of the most drastic choices that changed her life forever. I personally don't think I could have ever made this choice. She was faced with making the decision of either undergoing a dangerous surgery or becoming an amputee. She chose to become part of the amputee community. After the procedure, she was faced with having to relearn all of the basic human functions, like walking, standing, and sitting. It was hard for her before, and it was even harder after. She had to spend countless hours in physical therapy, learning how to walk with bars on both sides and nurses behind and in front of her. She never did fully regain any of those abilities, but her courage stayed strong. Honestly, I could talk about my grandmother's courage for hours, but for now I will leave it at this and turn it over to the next person. Thank you for listening.
You made me cry. I know. You warned me. All right.
For mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry for yours too.
Lizzie, I can read yours if you can't
Okay.
hear it.
I can read this.
Do you want me to do it?
Want me to read it, or you want to
Want me to
read
read
it?
it? I can do it. I can do it.
Can you speak? I love you.
In my life, I've met many courageous people, but one of the most courageous was my mom. She always showed me how to care about people and how to persevere past something horrible. She had courage when moving to West Roxbury from New York City. She had the courage to go to Boston Latin Academy when she was the only Hispanic student in the class of 1989. She had the courage to go to college at Bentley and Northeastern. She had so much courage when her father passed away in her early 20s due to a stroke. It was something horrible that she went through. She kept her mother, my abuela, company after his death. She stayed close to her and lived at home again to keep her happy. In her 30s, she took the courage to sign up for a dating app and she met my dad. Then she took almost all the courage she had left at that moment to introduce my dad, who happens to be white, to my full Hispanic family. My parents got married and they found out they were having me. My mom had to use her courage to stop smoking. After I was born, she showed me her courage. She taught me how to be courageous. I used my courage to get through Girl Scouts and figure out how to ice skate. And when I was 11, she had to use her courage to learn she had been diagnosed with cancer. She had to use her courage in her 5-month battle with lung cancer, and she was courageous until her last moments. I have never met anyone as courageous as my mom, and I don't believe I ever will.
Are you going to make me cry too?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, that's not my story. Sorry, guys.
We need something a little happier, so thank
Yeah.
you.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm here to talk about being courageous and strong in my faith, life, and the Girl Scouts. A lot of stories in Judaism involve courage. In the upcoming holiday of Purim, a brave girl named Esther becomes queen, and through some trickery, stops an evil plan and saves all the Jews by risking her life in the process. Esther was strong in doing this, and she represents many things that Girl Scouts also do. Girl Scouts stand up for what they believe in, just like Esther did when she saved the Jews. But let's be real here. Probably none of us are going to accomplish anything like what Esther did, and that's okay. There are other ways to be courageous and strong than stopping a big bully or saving some people. For example, anytime I put myself out there on a stage for a play or a concert, which I do a lot, like I'm doing right now, I show some bravery for standing up in front of a bunch of people. Now, this isn't all you can do. It could be facing your fear of the dark, petting a tarantula, or even just asking for help. As Girl Scouts, we know and remember that being courageous and strong is an important part of life, no matter how we show it. Thank you.
Someone who I think is brave is my brother, because my dog, Cooper, he always bites my brother, and he always stands up for me when he's attacking me. Thank you.
Oh, I'm done.
The Girl Scout's gonna come up and.
Oh, do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Or later? Okay. I gotta go get my
Okay, all right, well, you're going to get your thing. That blew me away. I was not expecting those very, very, very courageous stories. And thank you for those who I'm sure it was so incredibly painful to write and to read those. And I'm so proud of Caroline for bringing home the Jewish aspect of this with the Book of Esther and how she was one of the heroes of the Jewish faith. So I'm very just blown away by everybody, and thank you so much. Those are amazing examples of courage and bravery. And this week's Torah portion, every week we read a little section out of the Torah, and this week's Torah portion happens to be called Mishpatim, which means laws, and it's a whole bunch of different sections of laws. And I think that really relates today also, because sometimes it's really hard to follow and do the right thing, as you know, as Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. It's we know what the laws should be, but sometimes if our friends want us to go in a different direction, it's so easy for us to say, oh, forget about the right thing to do, we'll go in and do the fun thing to do. So this week's Torah portion teaches us also that sometimes it takes a lot of bravery and courage for us to stand up to our friends and to try to lead them in the right direction. And I know for us as Jews right now, with all the hardship that we're all facing in the Jewish community, sometimes it's hard for us to stand up and say, we're Jews and we're having a hard time, but this is what we feel is right, and these are our people. So I think our entire community right now is exemplifying a lot of bravery and standing up for our beliefs and our people. So Thank you.
This is safety seal for my protection.
I was gonna come up to do
Do you want everybody to come up?
You have to say the.
Oh, promise and law.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were doing this. Is this at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Could I please have all of the Girl Scouts come up to recite the Girl Scout promise and the Girl Scout law? Don't worry, Cubs, you will have, Cubs and BSA Scouts, you will have your turn next.
Come all the way up here, stand in the middle.
Oh, stand in the middle.
Or actually, over here is good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. On my honor.
I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
I will do my
Best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong,
and
responsible for what I say and do,
and
to respect myself and others, to respect authorities, to use resources wisely, to make the world a better place, and to live by the Girl Scout law. And that was the Girl Scout law.
All right, wonderful, thank you. Let's give them a huge round of applause. You guys can go down and now the Boy Scouts, I guess. All calling all.
rotate. Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, please join me up here. Oh, do you want us over here too?
Yeah.
All right, come on, guys. You gotta help me because I now have the Girl Scout one stuck in my head.
Come on, boy, come on up. Sam, can you lead this one?
We can all do it.
Okay.
What are we?
Boy Scout law, or Boy Scout oath, followed by the law.
All right. Thank
Joe, you can help me out too.
you. Sure.
Get me started.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys know it.
Yeah.
On
All my
honor.
honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout
Scout
is
trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep, yep, yep. Wow, that was really impressive, and I saw a lot of the parents mouthing the words also. Should have had the former Boy Scouts up here as well. So with that, we're going to continue with the ending prayers for our service, and then following all of our prayers, we're going to go back into the social hall and make worry dolls, and I want to be first in line for those worry dolls. And there are a lot of, thank you to everybody who brought snacks as well. So we're going to continue now on page 586 for our Elenu prayer. And any kids, temple kids, want to come up and open the art curtain? Anybody who hasn't had a chance yet? Or please rise, embody your spirit.
Aleinu v'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, latei kedula liyotzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo zamanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
Now please turn to page 591 and join me in our version of the prayer by Yom HaHu, which starts off with the Ne'emar. It's a contemporary version. You may join in with your shakers if you'd like.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא תהיה אדוני, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא תהיה אדוני, אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא תהיה אדוני, אחד ושמו אחד. אחד ושמו אחד, אחד ושמו אחד.
And that prayer basically says, thus it is said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one and God's name will be one. And we'll all live together in harmony. And now we're going to put our shakers away for a moment as we continue with the introduction to the Kaddish prayer, and that's the prayer that we recite over people, our loved ones who have died, and those we don't know who we say the special prayer for as well. Page 599. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Recall those who died during this past weekend, whose yahrzeits or anniversary of whose deaths occurred this week. Samuel Arnold, Marcy Blank, Ann Cutter, Herman Davis, Harry Fass, Evelyn Hornstein, Danny Kessler, Libby Rosenberg, Jacob Wasserman. At this time, if anybody would like to say the name of a loved one who has died, either out loud or in your hearts, you may say it as I look across the room. We also recall all of those who have died fighting for the state of Israel and all of those innocent people who have died over the past 4 months being caught in the crossfire of this horrible conflict. We also recall those who died in Ukraine over the past couple of years during that horrible war as well. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. We turn to page 598 and rise to recite the Kaddish prayer in body or spirit. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei rabbah, v'yalmad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'yizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach l'olam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, tushbakata v'nechamata, Amiran Bi'alma V'Yivru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Mishmaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'Yivru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Romav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'Yivru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to our country, to Israel, to all Israel, to Ukraine and all the world, as we say together, Amen. Please be seated. And now we're going to continue with a brief set of announcements. Mindy Stanley is our perpetual announcements giver. So come on up, Mindy. Are you a former Girl Scout?
Brownie.
Brownie.
I made it to Brownie. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to everyone. It's so great to see you all here tonight. I'll keep the announcements brief because there's a lot of special treats that are going to go on in the social hall right afterwards. So this coming week, we're going to have our book club meeting on Monday. A special group that we've started thanks to Robin Frisch called Tikva, which means hope in Hebrew. And it's talking about people who have hope for the future and people coming together to discuss hope and peace for the future. And Robin Frisch will be leading that group. On Thursday, our ping pong club is going to be meeting. And then on Friday, we're going to have a regular service, but afterwards there's going to be a special presentation by one of our temple members who recently went to Antarctica. Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks again to everybody who participated in the service. I'm so proud of all my kids who came up here and read and chanted so beautifully and spoke so beautifully. And again, it's wonderful to have you, and thank you again to Linda for making this all happen. And thanks for all of the bravery that people showed when they came up here to speak. And thanks to everybody for bringing boxes of cereal. That's going to go to a very good cause, and for helping to bring desserts. And at the very, very end of the service, everybody's going to get a special badge. So as soon as the service is over, actually, I'd love for everybody, all the scouts, to come on up and we could take a picture of all of you. That would be really awesome, and then you'll get a special badge. So we're now going to continue with the Kiddush on pages 122 and 123. That's the blessing over the line. I'd like to invite Sam Silver to come on up. Sam is not only Ben's son, but he's an Eagle Scout, and he reached the very highest pinnacle of what you can do in scouting, and everybody should strive to be like Sam. So please rise in body or spirit.
The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work of creation, or from all the work that God had done. And God blessed on the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho v'yahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu acharta, Yotanu kidashta, Mikol ha'amim, V'shabbat kodshecha, Yava uvratzon, Inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
And now the final blessing that we say at the end of our Shabbat service is the blessing over the challah, the blessing over the bread. So I would like to invite all the kids to come up to hold the challah. Wait. Hold it low, hold it low. Everybody has to hold it though, or else it's going to fall on the ground. You got it?
Oh my god. I'm just gonna put my hand
Somebody over here.
There we go. Hold on, I'm holding Ellie up and Ellie's holding Paul.
Push over just a little bit.
We usually don't have quite this many kids holding up.
Can you help me sing?
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thank you very much. You guys can go back to your seats. Please be seated, and we're going to have our closing song.
I can't do that with the guitar. And for our closing song, turn back to page 644, I believe. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, which even has the words in it, Tehine Matov, which is the next song. So that should be fun to sing and shake along with it as well.
And sometimes I invite anybody who wants to come up and dance to this song to come back up here and dance. I know we have some dancers in our yes.
All right. Who's going to join them?
Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hevenu Shalom, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hevenu Shalom, Hivei Matov Ma'nayim Tevet Achim Gam Yachad, Hivei Matov Ma'nayim Tevet Achim Gam Yachad, Hivei Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hevenu Shalom, Hivei Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hevenu, Aleichem Hevenu, Aleichem Hevenu Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and all the scouts, come on up, all scouts. Everybody come in the middle.
This is the middle? I don't like walking. This is not my talk. I don't like walking. This is not my talk. I am the front teacher.
Shabbat Shalom.